Ever notice how the more they try to tear you down, the more you rise? It's not a coincidence. Every attempt to undermine you only fuels the fire within you. Those who try to diminish the chosen ones don't understand the forces they're dealing with. Their efforts to sabotage you, to break your spirit, backfire in the most powerful way. They think they're halting your progress, but all they're doing is refining you, turning your will into something unbreakable. With each obstacle they place in your path, you grow stronger, more resilient, more determined. It's as though every setback is another hammer strike on the anvil, forging you into something far greater than you were before. They believe they're slowing you down, but what they don't realize is that they're shaping the very force that will surpass them. Their envy, their attempts to hold you back, only serve to sharpen your edges. They try to drown you, but they fail to understand that you are the storm. Each time they test you, you emerge more powerful, more focused on your purpose. Their opposition becomes the fuel that propels you forward, pushing you toward your inevitable rise. What they intend for harm becomes the very force that elevates you, and with every step, you prove that you cannot be stopped. Your rise is inevitable, and every attempt to block your path only accelerates your ascent. They may think they can hold you down, but their efforts only ensure that you emerge stronger, more refined, and more unstoppable than ever before. They've always tried to dim your light, haven't they? Every step you've taken forward has been met with resistance, not because of what you lack, but because of what you possess. You are not like them, and this difference disturbs the complacency of their world. Your uniqueness, your power, it stirs something primal in them: envy, fear, insecurity. They sense your potential, and rather than acknowledging it, they attempt to shatter it. They misjudge you. They think you can be controlled, confined, broken. They launch their attacks with subtlety at first. Whispers behind closed doors. Doubts cast like shadows in the minds of those around you. They undermine you, hoping to make you question yourself, to waver in your certainty. They weave nets of deceit and sabotage, thinking that you will fall into their traps, entangled and immobilized. But they miscalculate. You're not fragile. You're not a flickering candle that can be snuffed out by a simple gust of wind. You are a storm, growing stronger as the winds rise against you. Those who try to bring you down are often driven by their own insecurities. They see in you the reflection of what they could never be, a light they can never match. Your existence, your very presence, is a threat to their carefully constructed facades. In their envy, they attempt to extinguish your brilliance because it highlights their own shadows. The more you shine, the more their darkness becomes undeniable. And this realization fills them with rage. Instead of looking inward, they turn their hostility toward you, hoping to extinguish what they cannot understand. They underestimate you because they project their own limitations onto you. They assume that what would break them will break you. But the weight they place on your shoulders doesn't crush you, it strengthens you. Every attempt to sabotage your path becomes fuel for your rise. You don't stumble over their obstacles, you climb over them, each step pushing you closer to your purpose. Their envy is a hammer that sharpens your resilience, their hate a forge that strengthens your resolve. What they fail to grasp is that you do not falter when met with adversity. The forces meant to crush you have only shaped you into something more formidable, more unstoppable. Your uniqueness, the very thing they fear and despise, is the source of your power. You rise not despite their attempts to diminish you, but because of them. Every moment of hate they hurl at you, every betrayal they commit, serves not to destroy you, but to refine you. Their attempts to wound you are like blades against stone. Each impact sharpens your edges, each blow chisels away the unnecessary, revealing the strength beneath. You are not fragile, you are forged. The heat they generate with their malice doesn't consume you. It tempers you, shaping you into something unyielding. The weight of their hatred forces you to find new reserves of strength. You are no stranger to hardship, but what they fail to understand is that every hardship is your crucible. The more intense their opposition, the more focused you become. Their efforts to confuse or disorient you only serve to clear your path. They want you to doubt, to falter in your steps, but all they do is push you deeper into your purpose, clarifying your mission with each attack. Iron sharpens iron. When they come at you, they bring the very pressure that sharpens your mind and spirit. You felt their envy like knives in your back, but those blades don't slice through your skin, they hone your focus. You learn to move differently, more efficiently. Each adversary teaches you a lesson they never intended, and each hardship adds to your arsenal. Where they see failure, you see opportunity. Where they aim to break your spirit, they only uncover a more powerful version of you. The chosen ones don't just survive adversity, they are elevated by it. The fire they throw you into isn't your undoing, it's your refinement. Fire consumes the weak, but for you it's a crucible, burning away the unnecessary and leaving only the essence of what makes you unstoppable. Their envy and hate are fuels for the fire, but instead of burning you to ash, they smelt you into gold. You are not molded by peace, you are forged in conflict. And this is where they fail, because they don't understand that the more they come at you, the more dangerous you become. Their opposition is the very force that sharpens your instincts, hardens your resolve, and tempers your spirit. Every wound they inflict is a lesson, every betrayal, a catalyst. The trials they design for your destruction are merely steps toward your inevitable rise. This video is dedicated to David S., one of our loyal Star Chamber members, and a legendary freestyler who continues to inspire us with his dedication to the Obsidian mission. He provided the topic for today's message for you all. If today's video is resonating with you so far, please drop a like and show some love to David in the comments below. The Star Chamber is a tier within the Obsidian Inner Order, our elite program that brings together the most dedicated chosen ones. Just like David, you can be a part of our inner circle, guiding the content that empowers so many. If Obsidian has been a light on your path, and you feel the call to help us keep fighting against the dark forces, narcissists, demonic entities, and other Jezebels, we need you now more than ever. We literally couldn't do this without you. We're a small team of dedicated creators who put our heart and soul into every video. Not a big content farm with large bankrolls. We do this out of love for humanity, especially the chosen ones, who move us every day with your selflessness and strength. Your support allows us to keep creating the powerful, transformative content that you rely on, and we want nothing more than to do this full-time for you. Of course, we would never want to take your bottom dollar if you're not able to give. Your prayers will do just fine. But if you can, consider joining the Star Chamber tier within the Obsidian Inner Order. This is a 360-degree win. You support us and keep us in the fight, and in return, we provide you with great information products and uncensored videos that we can't put on YouTube. Not only will you be directly supporting our mission, but you'll also receive the exclusive benefits of being able to suggest topics for Obsidian, shaping the future of this community. There are only a few Star Chamber slots left, so if you've been thinking about stepping up, now is the time. The link to our Patreon is in the description. Let's stand together, fight the darkness, and create a brighter, stronger future for the chosen ones. Your support means the world to us, and together, we can make magic happen. They thought they could bury you, smother your potential beneath layers of doubt and contempt, and now they see it. They see that their efforts have failed spectacularly. The irony drips like molten metal. They who sought to diminish you have instead been instrumental in your ascent. Their hate, once meant to undermine you, has become the very fire that refined you. They witness your strength now, fully formed, and realize their miscalculations. What was meant to break you has only made you unbreakable. You rise, not in spite of their opposition, but because of it. You take the stones they threw at you and build your throne, each one a reminder of their failed attempts to keep you grounded. Their realization is bitter. They expected to see you weakened, defeated, but instead they see you transformed. They thought their hate would cripple you, but now they watch, powerless, as you ascend to heights beyond their reach. The irony is sharp. Every ounce of energy they spent trying to destroy you has only fueled your success. You stand taller now, the embodiment of resilience they never anticipated. You are molded not by peace but by their efforts to bring you down. And in the end, they have only solidified your strength, watching helplessly as you continue to rise. They thought they could throw you off course, that their interference could stop the inevitable. But now the consequences of their actions are catching up with them, inescapable as the shadow of night chasing the setting sun. The traps they set for you, each whisper, each calculated move to pull you down, have begun to catch them instead. They thought they were clever, that their hands were unseen in the chaos they created. But now the web they spun has ensnared them, while you walk free, unscathed and untouched. Their plans have backfired. They spent so much time trying to block your path, trying to halt your rise, that they forgot their own. Now, as you ascend, the weight of their envy drags them deeper into the mire they dug for you. The harder they tried to destroy you, the more they planted the seeds of their own undoing. Every effort to slow you down, every obstacle they threw into your path, only served to sharpen your focus, to make you faster, more relentless. And now they watch as you continue to move forward, while they are stuck, trapped by their own bitterness. Karma has a way of leveling the field. Life balances the scales with an unfailing hand, and they are now paying the price for every misstep, every malicious word spoken in the dark. Their hatred was a mirror they refused to look into, a reflection of their own insecurities and failures. But that hatred, once aimed at you, has now turned inward, consuming them like a fire left unchecked. Meanwhile, you rise beyond their reach, untouched by the flames they set. They are bound by the very chains they forged, and the irony is sharper than any sword they tried to wield against you. Divine justice moves with precision. They thought they could bend the rules, that there would be no consequences to their spite. But the truth is undeniable. What they sent out into the world has come back to them. They are now suffocated by the darkness they created, while you thrive in the light of your own becoming. You move forward with ease, unbothered by their downfall. They once believed they could destroy you, but now they are watching in helplessness as their schemes unravel, while you continue to thrive, unshaken, ever rising. You are the chosen one, and the universe itself has set its course. Nothing they do can change that. You have taken every wound, every blow aimed at your heart, and turned it into the steel that fortifies your spirit. With each moment of opposition, you have sharpened your instincts, honed your focus, and risen beyond what they thought possible. What they called weakness, you turned into strength. You do not merely endure adversity, you thrive in it. The flames meant to burn you down have only made you more resilient, more focused, and more unstoppable. You've grown not just despite the hardships, but because of them. This is what it means to be the chosen one. Every attempt to break you has become a stepping stone, raising you higher. As you rise, there comes a time when those who once tried to tear you down will attempt to creep back into your life, drawn to the success they once tried to deny you. But you've evolved beyond them. There is no room in your life for the toxicity you have shed. The same people who once sowed doubt and chaos in your path will seek to disrupt your peace again. But this time, you know better. You've seen how they operate, and you will not allow them to plant their seeds of destruction in your field of growth. Boundaries become your armor, and your peace becomes the treasure you fiercely guard. You've learned that to continue evolving, you cannot look back. There is nothing left for you in the past except the lessons that made you stronger. The people who once sought to dim your light now only exist as shadows behind you, fading with every step you take forward. Your path is forward, always forward. To stay refined, to stay focused, is to protect yourself from being pulled back into the darkness you've already escaped. You have nothing to prove to those who doubted you. You owe them nothing, not your time, not your energy, and certainly not your peace. Your journey is sacred, and the power you've cultivated must be safeguarded. You've learned to thrive in adversity. But now, as you rise above it, the focus is not just on survival. It's on maintaining the strength and clarity you've earned. You understand that growth is an endless process, and you will continue to evolve, but only when you've set the necessary boundaries to guard your inner fire. Those who belong to the past are there for a reason. You are rising beyond them, and nothing can pull you back down. Their hate was never your downfall. It became the fire that forged you. They thought they could destroy you with their disdain, that their venomous words and spiteful actions would break your resolve. But what they failed to understand is that you don't bend under the weight of their malice. You take it, reshape it, and make it yours. The hate they hurled at you wasn't a weapon, it was fuel. Every bitter glance, every sharp-edged word was absorbed, alchemized into something far more powerful than they could ever anticipate. Their hate doesn't diminish you, it refines you. You reclaimed the narrative they tried to write for you, one where you were supposed to be weakened, broken, silenced. Instead, you turned their negativity into strength. Their attempts to make you doubt yourself, to tarnish everything you built, only sharpened your vision. Each setback became a stepping stone, each insult a sharpening stone for your mind and spirit. You didn't wither under their gaze, you thrived. They handed you the very tools you needed to rise above them, shaping you into something greater, something unstoppable. You transformed the energy of their hate into an unrelenting force, one that drives you ever higher. Their opposition was a gift, though they never meant it to be. Isn't it ironic? Everything they tried to use against you only made you stronger. They gave you the adversity you needed to test your limits, to push yourself beyond them. In their hatred, they revealed the depths of your resilience, your ability to stand unshaken in the face of their storms. Every attempt to break you was a lesson in how to bend without snapping, how to grow in the midst of chaos. The gift of their opposition is that it shaped you into the chosen one, polished by conflict, radiant in your defiance. Being the chosen one means every attack, every hateful act, serves not as a deterrent, but as a refining force. You don't fear opposition, you welcome it. It's the friction that polishes the diamond, the hammer that forges the sword. And now, as you rise, it's clear that their hate never had the power they believed it did. Instead of crumbling under it, you stand tall, sharpened by their malice, glowing with the strength they tried to take from you. They cannot break what is destined to rise. You were never meant to be stopped. Hate, envy, and opposition are powerless against someone like you, someone chosen. Every attempt to slow your progress, every obstacle thrown in your path, was never meant to break you. It was meant to refine you, to burn away the unnecessary, and reveal the core of who you truly are. Unshakable, unstoppable, destined for greatness. They may have tried to tear you down, but they only succeeded in sharpening your resolve. Their envy only fueled the fire that already burned within you. You are not defined by the attacks of others. Every moment of adversity is a tool, a hammer forging you into something greater than you were before. You've learned to take the hits, to let the weight of their negativity press against you, not to crush you, but to shape you. This is your strength. You don't crumble when faced with opposition, you rise. Adversity doesn't weaken you, it empowers you. You've mastered the art of using every wound, every slight, as the stepping stones to something higher. The world may throw stones, but you build mountains from them. Stay grounded in your purpose. You have always known where you are going, even when the path was unclear. And now, more than ever, you must hold fast to that vision. Do not allow the noise of others to distract you or the bitterness of their words to slow you down. They cannot derail you. They do not have the power to define your path. Only you can do that. And every challenge they send your way is simply a reminder that you are walking a path they cannot comprehend. Their hate is evidence of your power, their envy proof that you are beyond their reach. Every day, you're tested in ways you can't always see. Whether it's the subtle jealousy from a coworker who undercuts your contributions, or the passive-aggressive comments from someone threatened by your success, opposition surrounds you. But you've already proven that you don't just survive these moments, you thrive in them. You take the pettiness, the slights, and the hate, and you transform them. Just like how the grind of daily challenges sharpens your mind, your spirit is being shaped every time someone tries to diminish you. Their envy and doubt don't weaken you, they fortify you. You grow stronger, more focused, every time they underestimate you. Think back on your life. How many times have you been told you couldn't do something, only to prove them wrong? How many times did someone's attempt to block your path only push you harder? Their hate refines you because you are not ordinary. You are chosen. You don't let their negativity define your worth. You define it by your actions, your resilience, and your unwavering commitment to your purpose. The more they try to tear you down, the higher you rise, like fire forging metal into a stronger, more polished form. Now it's your turn. Share your story. How have you been shaped by the opposition in your life? When did you realize that the very things meant to break you only made you more powerful? Your experiences, your strength, your resilience, it's time to let others hear it. There's power in owning your story, and in sharing it, you empower others who are still in the process of refining themselves. And if you want to take this journey further, consider joining us in the Obsidian Inner Order on Patreon, especially the Star Chamber tier, where you can shape our content and connect with other chosen ones just like you. You are more than your struggles, more than the hate thrown your way. You are resilient, forged through the fire of opposition, and destined to rise higher than those who try to hold you back. Let this be your reminder. You are strong, you are capable, and no one's negativity can ever take that from you. Stay focused, stay grounded, and keep rising. Peace, blessings, and continued strength to you as you evolve, refined and unstoppable.